For a 1¼ dumbbell hip thrust, you'll have to have some kind of elevated surface to lay the lower parts of your shoulder blades on top of. So I've got a 12 or so inch lift here. You can use aerobic steps, you can use the edge of a bench or a couch if you don't have something like this available. You're going to set up just like a normal dumbbell hip thrust, but you'll probably go with slightly lighter weight just because you're doing more range of motion throughout this exercise. So this is going to look similar to like a dumbbell hip thrust with a pulse at the top, but the idea with the pulse is that you're not getting as much range of motion. On 1¼ hip thrust, you're going to be just dropping the hips down a little bit extra. Okay, so you're going to have your lower shoulder blades against the bench. Feet are set up a little bit wider than hips width, toes turned out. We've got the dumbbell on top of the hips. You're going to lift your hips up. When you get to the lifted position, hips tucked, body nice and flat, eyes are looking forward. We're going to try to drop approximately 1/4 of the way down and then come back up. That is going to be very difficult to judge. So you might end up with 1½ 1⅓, that's okay. But just up, 1/4 of the way down, up again, and then down. That's 1 repetition. So 1¼ that's 1, 1¼ that's 2. And you want to make sure you're reaching a full lockout position on every repetition. So if you don't feel like you're reaching full lockout ever, you need to adjust your stance because you should feel those glutes really contract at the top. Feel them relax for a moment as you drop down, and then feel them contract again at the top of that 1/4 rep, okay? So you'll probably start with a lower number of repetitions, lighter weight to get used to it, and then increase on both of those as you get more comfortable.